I will never talk to others the way that I talk to myself. I heard this statement from a lady with some very sincere heart, and I've heard it many times over, and I've actually lived that myself too for a season. And it really, the compassion just really went out for her. And I want to talk about that for a few minutes because some of you may be struggling with being able to extend goodness and kindness and a level of compassion to others. Yet, if you were honest, the way that you talk to yourself, the way you treat yourself inside your own house, this being your house, is very different. And I'd like to see if I can offer a suggestion, or if let's talk about it for a moment so we could begin to make a shift as to why we do that, and can I let go of being so hard on myself. I remember years ago when this was so true for me. I did not say it to anybody else, but I definitely lived it. I knew how to be against myself. I knew how to be angry with myself. I knew the expectations I demanded of myself. And that was to really be perfect in a lot of different ways. Had a lot of ideals. And when I did not meet my expectations, oh my goodness, I was hard. I was really hard on myself. And one of the things that really switched it, one of the things that really turned it around, before I give you that, let me go back for a second. I could be very kind and considerate to you, but I did not know how to be that for myself. So one of the very first places I went to, if you are even remotely familiar, even if you're not with a lot of biblical scriptures, I bet you have heard of love is patient and love is kind. Love keeps no record of wrongs. It's called the faith chapter in the scriptures, and I began to apply it to myself. Now, I would take that portion of what we call the love chapter and attempt and apply that with everybody else, but this time the tables were turned and I saw the need to begin to turn that here and apply that. Maybe a better word is to begin to become that to myself. It's really interesting. We find it easier to forgive others. We find it easier to be kind to others as opposed to ourselves. And to me, that speaks of worthiness. For some reason, we think they are worthy of it, but we are not. And yet, the deeper truth is really the true freedom comes when we receive the love and forgiveness for ourselves. That language, my friend, that language of where we are so hard on ourselves can cease to be. We can begin to learn how to rise above that. But it starts with forgiveness. It starts with allowing ourselves to truly let go and believe that we are worthy of forgiveness, that we are worthy of kindness and goodness, that if true love, like we see in Corinthians, doesn't keep a record of wrongs, then why are we? I truly believe it's because we have not positioned our hearts to receive the love and forgive ourselves. We have not yet learned how to become patient and kind and forgiving with ourselves. That's where true transformation takes place. Things won't stay the same. Here's the piece that's really frustrating, because we want change in our life, yet we are constantly working against ourselves because we are beating ourselves up. How many people do you know have a wholehearted shift and change from being shamed, beaten up, either physically, mentally, emotionally. How many people do you know that come out of that and say, wow, I really am glad I beat myself up because now my heart is so open and it is so ready for change and it is so experiencing this freedom and life that we were created for. I don't think any of us can say that, but we can say, when I allowed the love of God to transform my heart and my life, when I began to live from a place of forgiveness and love and kindness towards myself, knowing that is the environment in which I can experience change and transformations. Now we're free. Now we are free. I look forward to the day when I hear you say, if this is something you've struggled with, I look forward to the day when you say, how I talk to myself is exactly how I talk to others. Now, of course, I'm talking about from a place of love and compassion, transforming, calling us up to live a little higher. Yes, you can challenge yourself, but you can challenge yourself with compassion, not shame and condemnation. There's freedom, my friend. There's true freedom to live congruent, with what God says about us, what we say about ourselves, and how we talk to ourselves. And then we teach and we model that and we encourage others to do the same. Thanks for taking a few moments to connect with me, and you have a wonderful day. And I'll be back. I'll be back with some more. But I wanted to share that, and hopefully it encouraged you, inspired you. And yeah, let's love ourselves like we desire to give that love to others. We're worthy of it. They are worthy of it. And God always knows. He always knew we were worthy of it. Bye-bye, everyone.